So we do have this ready to go. Night Hunter versus Diao. Let's see if Night Hunter is plugged into a different level of the Matrix, but based on what we saw from Diao earlier, going to be a very difficult opponent to beat.
Oh.
Yeah, interesting start from Diao. Night Hunter off to a very fast start with their up stack here. Those Oculus Quest controllers going nuts right now.
Oh yeah, and Night Hunter's actually really fast. Sorry, I'm just finishing my sandwich. I want to get it done so I can talk.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, so, Night Hunter's speed is really incredible. I picked it up last time we commentated their gameplay. They're actually blazing fast, which is all the more impressive.
Yeah, Night Hunter are going to be able to fix this up soon. Both players with max zone. Wondering if Diao is going to try to get something going besides this 9-0 stack. Stacks all the way to the bottom and then continues the up stack on the 9-0. Zones from the absolute bottom. All right, so
that's wild.
Yeah, that is wild. Okay, yeah, okay, Diao. Okay, Diao. Okay. You
Diao!
don't know. Yeah, okay.
With the vertical kick for the J.
Yeah. Okay, so unfortunately, those all spins don't really do anything for Diao there, so that is going to only leave a 47 zone. That's going to put a little bit onto Night Hunter's board, but nothing they can't manage, and they greed a whole T-piece. But that is going to be a nice 28, a nice fast 28 attack. Diao's going to be able to tank all of this right here, as it does come in fairly clean, except for the bottom. Forced to zone at the top of the board. This isn't going to be a super efficient zone, but Diao's definitely going to be able to get some damage out of it. Does not push that over that 60,000 point mark. And ooh, you got to zone Night Hunter.
Yeah.
Zone. No, Night
Hunter, please. Night Hunter, please. No. Oh dear.
No.
For those coming over from Scooty's stream, I might just give you the basics. Zone battle, it goes back and forth. It's just 1v1 Tetris. However, we have the added benefit of the zone mechanic where building up lines charges the zone. Once activated, time slows down. You no longer send or receive, and everything is pending. And you build up one large attack by sending a lot of lines and attacking within that zone. And then once it's over, it's broken. You send all that attack at once to your opponent. So imagine it as like a super ability. It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of competitive depth to it. So hopefully you can keep up. It's a lot of fun.
And so what we missed during that time is that Diao opened with a misdrop cannon and is, I guess, still recovering from it. There was a good recovery for a while, but 900's at the bottom of the board. Diao is getting 9-0 garbage again. Are they going to stack?
Awesome.
Are they going to stack all the way to the bottom again before zoning because they want better than a 9-0 zone? Oh, come on.
They actually do.
Come on. And then you zone from the bottom again. No shot. That is
Did they forget that they're the
bro. That is not like normal human beings can't play the game like this.
That's not meta, my friend. That's not meta.
I can't
Trust me, we know what meta is. There's a guy playing in one of them. Like,
oh my god.
That's a 20 and a 6. What is going on?
I mean, it's not that I'm mad that Diao thinks that they can do that. Like, Diao can do that.
I'm mad that it worked.
I'm mad that it worked. Like, why can't I do that? Why can't I zone from the bottom? Why do I have to care about a timer and how long it takes to put pieces down when these players don't?
Right.
All right.
Single-handedly insulting the classic players that just raided into the stream.
Stop.
Like, by just burning through the 9-0 saying it's not good enough for my kind of zone. Okay, mate.
So true, so true. Okay, so Diao is a misdrop over on the side there that is going to actually impact several lines of their board and make this not as efficient as they want, which efficiency is clearly what they're going for if they turned out up their nose at a 9-0 stack. And now Night Hunter has an advantage. Diao is the kind of player that can turn around this advantage. However, there's a lot of stack to work through right now, and that misdrop isn't helping. Turns it into a TST so quickly that it makes me think that maybe that was their plan the whole time.
Yeah, it looked intentional, didn't it? But I mean, only they would know.
Did, but why would you not take a TST? Whatever.
You know, they're the pro player.
I can't get in Diao's head at this point. When it comes to certain setups, I just will never understand. So Night Hunter has a little bit of an awkward board here. They are getting through this pretty well. They're eye dependent, but they have one coming up, and so their fractal that they built was quite forced and kind of spiraled out of control with a lot of bad decisions just to make it work and not burn it. And it left them with a weird ball state that ultimately I think has put them on the back foot here. Despite the attack on Diao's board, this 15 zone is going to neutralize it and more. Yeah, and I mean, it's hard to not be on the back foot when you're playing Diao. There is going to be a bit of garbage on Diao's board, but one of the things that I've noticed about top Tetrio players is that they're insanely good at cheese race.
Which is interesting because their garbage isn't like,
Their ability to find efficiency in garbage is just mesmerizing to watch. And finding efficiency in garbage is the name of the game when it comes to phase 3 down stacking. We do see, it almost feels like PPT builds up the idea of stacking on top of the garbage, and for some reason Tetrio is the down stacking aspect of that. Diao with a couple of misdrops here, but has half zone to try to mitigate what appears to be like a 14 or a 15 chunk.
Yeah, Diao managing to hold their own there. I thought they'd be at a disadvantage coming out of that zone, but it looks like it's about neutral here. And and a spin in their board is looking clean. The eye placement there is a little suspicious, and that's a misdrop on top of him, which tells me that it was not at all intentional.
Ooh, that's big though. Okay,
that's cool. I like that.
The J-Fix is actually really cool. I love that. Yeah, and this is the point here where we say that Night Hunter did have an advantage, but against Diao, it is really hard to keep that advantage. And it feels like it is just an uphill battle as Diao just finds the ways to just gain more and more of that advantage back, just claw that back in their direction. And now we see Night Hunter at the top of the board with only a quarter zone, and this is kind of what you'd expect from this matchup.
Yeah, and that square's not going to be able to kick over because squares do not have kicks, and that's going to be the end of Night Hunter's second round against DL. Honestly, the stats. What's going on? Wait, Night Hunter has stats that are better than all three of What? Wait.
That's Diao. It's Diao. Well, no, it's because Night Hunter had the early beginning game, and Diao turned it around in phase 3 because, I mean, yeah, it's Diao.
That just feels so wrong, but yeah, I mean, like, Diao's pulled it off and takes a second round where Night Hunter really should have pulled that home. I don't think they'll be happy to see that.
I mean, what can you do there, though?
Win. Touche. Like, oh dear.
Like, this is one of the best players of. Yeah, they just misdropped. They misdropped too many times. Yeah, this, like.
And Diao finally zoned with 9-0 garbage.
the odds of getting the 9-0 garbage 3 rounds in a row is not
technically
much.
1 in 1,000.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so that's quite a nice coincidence.
The game just hates them and their quest for efficiency. There's some 5-4 garbage as a present, I guess.
Yeah.
Diao's plus 20 APM that isn't shown in the stats.
Oh, Night Hunter. No, that's heartbreaking.
That is. There's a little bit of an out.
Zone?
There's the quarter zone. So the quarter zone's going to be able to find them a way out of this, but you're at the zone disadvantage immediately.
Okay, they are.
Well, Diao's actually going to not even zone and just try to close this out.
But that's the right play.
Yeah.
Like, that's the right play. If you don't misdrop, then, like, pressuring while they're at the top of the board is the right play. Just, you got to try and send them attacks when they're a little caught off guard and busy down stacking. That's the play.
Yeah, and so Night Hunter is probably going to be able to find full zone before this ends from Diao. Finds it right there, but that is going to be a lot of attack coming in. Dealt the 9-0 garbage right there, and going to be able to get through this fairly quickly, and with a nice 20 solve right there. Actually is going to pressure Diao a little bit, but the quarter zone not even needing to use it because the stack is right there. That's going to be the phase 3 ding right there.
Night Hunter played that really well. I think they played that near perfectly. Just deciding to clear lines, not worrying too much about efficiency, just Tetrising to quickly get some attack back onto the board. And it worked. It worked really well.
Diao is in the middle of turning a misdrop into a T-spin double, as they do. And Night Hunter's up at the top of the board trying to find their own efficiency. Diao is a full zone here, probably going to be able to find a lot out of it. Yeah.
They've already had 2 T-spins and a triple, so this is going to be looking pretty good. And in fact, I believe this could be a 20. There was room for a 21 there, but they do get the 54 and 20. Beautiful. Beautiful is the best word to describe what they're doing right now.
Yeah, a 54 and 20 is going to be really hard to answer here for Night Hunter. And, you know, on the VR headset, plugged into the Matrix, feeling the game, but yeah, I know, just not that round. And that is what happens when you try to play Diao.
I wonder what it's like to fully experience losing. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Yeah, I'm going to switch my camera back to the normal one. I think I've had enough of the handheld one. Let's go back to the regularly